Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day in Philly sports history for October 12th, 2022. I want to apologize in advance if the audio is a little off today. Did a Zoom interview yesterday and I can't seem to get the audio right in the program I use, so I got to mess with that. I don't have a Baba Booey to help me out, so oh well. Before we get started, I want to wish my wife a very happy 10th anniversary. I love you. Crazy to think it's been 10 years, but here we are. A lot has gone down in 10 years. I love you. Happy anniversary. Have a good day at work. And this is also a test to see if you do listen while you're at work or on your way to work. So let me know if you're listening. But what a day for just everyone in general yesterday. The Phils jumped out to an early lead, gave us a little scare there in the ninth, held on, and are now one game up in the best of five series against the Braves. We'll take it, especially since that was the Ranger Suarez game. As I said yesterday, if they can somehow steal this, I think they're in good shape. They have a legitimate shot now to leave Atlanta up 2-0 with Wheeler on the mound today. I do think that Atlanta's going to come out and give them a big, strong counterpunch, so they need to be ready for that. But overall, if you'd have told me they would have won the Ranger Suarez game, I would have told you they're leaving Atlanta up 2-0. So we'll see how today goes. I don't necessarily want to jinx it, but the way they played yesterday, a little bit of small ball. I would like maybe some more power, but whatever they're doing, it's getting the job done. And you got your ace 1A or 1B on the mound today. And then we have Nola on Friday. So things are looking good here in Phillies land. So let's go out there and get that W today. Also, recorded the new episode of Back to the Future yesterday. Very special Eagles Dallas edition. I had my brother on as the guest, who is kind of the epitome of the Eagles Dallas rivalry. So be sure to check that out anywhere you get your podcast. And follow me on Twitter and TikTok, Jimbo_Mont, for extra content. I don't know how I'm going to put the Back to the Future episode up on video yet. For the editing purposes, that I had to do a couple different pieces and put together. So I don't know if the full video is going to be up, but I might put the interview with my brother up. So this day in Philly sports history, we're going to go back to 1980. Keep those good Philly vibes going. On this day in 1980, the Phillies beat the Astros 8-7 in 10 innings in Game 5 of the NLCS. The win clinched their first World Series berth since 1950. And it was actually, and this was surprising to me until I saw that, it was the first playoff series that they had won in franchise history. Not sure why it was surprising. It just sounded pathetic because it took them almost 100 years to win a playoff series. But very interesting when I heard that. So the first playoff series they won was the 80 NLCS. So that series was wild. I just remember my dad, uncles, my grandparents talking about it, and just how the Phillies won the first game, lost the next two, won the next two, and just how crazy and intense those games were, and kind of made yesterday's game with Atlanta not seem too bad. Some of the just heart attacks waiting to happen with that series, but they were down 5-2 even in Game 5 before they came back and won it in 10 innings. So it was almost as if that team was a team of destiny. They would go on to win the World Series later that year against the Royals. I'm sure we'll have some World Series this day in history coming up very soon. But this day, Philly sports history, 1980, Phils beat the Astros 8-7 in 10 innings to clinch their first World Series berth in 30 years. Which sounds crazy, but hey, we're looking to go back after it's been '09, so it's been 13 years for us. So I'm looking for that World Series berth after yesterday's game. To borrow a line from the Shermanator, confidence is high. And Rob Thompson even said there's something about this team. They just have this good vibe, and I could see it. Like yesterday's game versus the St. Louis game, there's just something about the confidence level. Some of the guys in the one text chain I'm in, I think it was Grizz, said there's just something about that team and the confidence. And like I noticed that even when things looked kind of bad there in the ninth with Eflin and the way they were rallying, there was just something like kind of took me back to those teams in the late 2000s, or I guess early 2000s, but early to whatever, 2008 to 2011. But there's just something that I didn't think that they were in trouble. Like, yeah, it got a little sweaty, but I like the way this team is playing, the confidence. Rob Thompson, well-deserved getting that full-time manager position. So let's see what happens this afternoon. I think I'm feeling very good about it. I'm not going to go on record to say the Phillies win, but I think they leave Atlanta up 2-0, so you can do the math. So go have yourselves a Wednesday. Happy hump day. Go Phils, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.